They were dead. Oh my fucking gosh.
Oh, this shit brutal. Oh!
The Australian bull.
He killed him. He's dead. He is, I promise you. That's an SO who's?
Back
Never
in the
did he
90s,
just do
with a
that to him,
picturesque
man.
swing of his leg, Francisco Filho became the first non-Japanese Kyokushin karate world champion. Back in the 90s, with a picturesque swing of his leg, Francisco Filho became the first non-Japanese Kyokushin karate world champion.
He coming different.
Later, storming into the K1 den, he proved the effectiveness of his traditional style
Question mark
against
kick.
the planet's deadliest strikers.
That's my favorite kick.
With a mesmerizing palette of kicks
Oh!
and a lights-out blow, the Brazilian artist consistently
Hey, from Brazil?
delivered martial arts masterpieces. It's time to revisit the vintage knockouts of the Kyokushin Prince.
Hey man, look man, y'all been telling me to do him, bro. I don't know why it took so long. I'm sorry about that, but we are finally here. I told y'all we're gonna start doing more kickboxing, bro. We gotta start doing more kickboxing. So check the kickboxing playlist, bro. I got kickboxing lists I already did. So check the playlist. You want to see more of those? Let me know who to do next. But hey, let's get into him, man. This, whew. Hit that hype, man, too. Hype me up, man. Hype the video up, man. Shout out Vote Sports.
Born in 1971 into a large family, the future fighter grew up on the streets of Sao Paulo. At the age of 5, he was playing with his siblings, flying a kite. His older brother let go of the spool and chased after it, running onto the road, where he got tragically struck by a passing car, right before Francisco's eyes.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Martial arts provided an outlet that helped the boy cope. Martial arts provided an outlet that helped the boy cope with the trauma. Inspired by Bruce Lee films, he stepped into a karate dojo, coming under the wing of Sensei Seiji Isobe, a Japanese immigrant and student of the legendary Masutatsu Oyama, the founder of Kyokushin. It was Oyama who established this hard-nosed style of karate in the 1950s, as a contrast to non-contact forms.
He shot him in the neck.
Non-contact forms. Punches with bare hands to the head were the only restriction, encouraging practitioners to develop a multi-layered kicking arsenal. Embarking on the path of Bushido, by the age of 20, the strapping Filho had won the South American Championships, earning him a ticket to the 1991 World Open Karate Tournament.
Well, I feel like Brazil created everything.
Often called the Karate Olympics, held only once every 4 years.
Hey,
Brazilian
so
immediately
nasty.
captivated the audience with a high-amplitude pirouette.
That's a crane kick. Oh, no, that was nasty. I gotta see it again.
Immediately captivated
That was on
the
a
audience
button,
with a
too.
high-amplitude pirouette. Kakado Atoshi Giri, a signature Kyokushin technique later adopted into other striking disciplines under the name axe kick.
Oh, an ass kick. I said, why did I say crane kick? I mean ass kick. That's my fault. I don't know why I said crane kick.
By fate's design, Francisco's next opponent
Ass kick.
was none other than the most renowned practitioner of this elegant swing, the unstoppable Andy Hoog.
He fought Indy Hook. Oh!
A towering
I got an Indy Hook reaction on my channel, man. Go check that out.
figure in the global karate scene.
His axe kicks.
Blue-eyed samurai from
Nasty.
Switzerland, apart from his headhunter reputation, had a signature Hoog tornado. And was one of the very few
boy
gaijin,
dangerous.
or foreigners, able to compete with Japan's elite. And though Filho had long admired the swish mustache of death trendsetter, that didn't stop him from causing a sensation on the tatami.
That was Indy Hub. Stop playing. That was Indy Hub.
Fatality.
He beat Indy Hug in Ernesto Hoops. Oh my God.
Yo, what up? Sleep them too.
As they disengaged from the clinch, Francisco fired off a Mawashi Giri Jodan, or as it's better known today, a high kick. The fall of the legend marked the birth of a new star. The knockout instantly achieved cult status, even earning references in anime.
You're not the first.
That's hard.
In the
That's
quarterfinals, Filho faced Kenji Yamaki, the tournament favorite, known for his ultra-aggressive approach. The two warriors were deadlocked in regulation.
You see? Ooh, he ate that shit.
And only after 3 overtime rounds,
Into the body. Leg kick. Ooh, jumping,
the
spinning.
Japanese
what?
judges side with their countrymen.
Of course they did. Fuck. Of course they did. Come on,
During
man.
the next 4 years, Francisco silently perfected his jutsu,
Man.
claiming gold at all 3 Brazilian and South American championships. Aiming to conquer the world on his second attempt in 1995, he took on an equally ambitious challenge before the tournament, the Hyakunin Kumite. This brutal test requires fighting 100 opponents in a row, with no rest. Filho traveled to Japan, where, under the scrutiny of a local commission with video evidence, he battled for over 3 hours non-stop, securing 76 victories and 24 draws. At that time, only 6 people had ever officially completed the test. Moreover, the Brazilian karateka was the only one who didn't require hospitalization afterward and retained a full video recording of his historic achievement.
Nah, that's hard. That's crazy. 1 versus 100, man. 1 man versus 100?
Now a 4th degree black
That's
belt,
crazy.
a fully armed Francisco arrived at the World Championship, which brought together 168 athletes from 85 countries. Filho had noticeably improved his punching form, but his floating legs remained the primary weapon.
This leg is crazy. Kicking
Among
got the
other
brain.
techniques, he utilized the innovative Kubi Mawashi Giri,
Come on, watch it.
better
What's
known
that?
in the
It's a
West
question mark
as the
kick?
question mark kick. On the global stage,
Hold on, I want to learn the
brother
real name of that. It's my favorite kick.
innovative Kubi Mawashi Giri,
Kumawashi Gary.
better known in the West as the question mark kick.
Hit him with a Kumawashi
On the
Gary.
global stage, Brasileiros were among the first to drop opponents with this deceptive strike, particularly another Kyokushin standout, Glaube Feitosa.
Oh, shit!
Which is why it is often referred to as the Brazilian kick.
Oh, nah, the Brazilians got me. Oh, I just love y'all even more. That's my favorite, though. That question mark kick is nasty. It's like a whip. That's why I love Adesanya so much. Oh, not why I love him so much. It's one of my
On
favorite
the global
moves.
stage, Brasileiros were among the first to drop opponents with this deceptive
That kick
strike,
is
particularly
crazy.
another Kyokushin standout, Glaube Feitosa. Which is why it is often referred to as the Brazilian kick. In the semifinals, Francisco went up against Hajime Kazumi, a defensive
Hajime
ace,
Kazumi.
with devastating low kicks. known in karate as Mawashi Giri Gyodan.
Mawashi Giri Gyodan.
At that time, no foreigner had ever defeated the Japanese master.
Damn! Yeah, them hurt.
Filho torpedoed Kazumi's body out of the gate. Setting up a spinning wheel kick to the head. The adversary responded by cautiously chopping down low, sparking roaring applause from the home crowd. And while the Brazilian guided his shells with greater accuracy, the judges saw it as a draw. And under the paradoxical rules, the winner would be determined on the scale. Fueled by Brazil nuts, Francisco was the heavier of the two by more than 20 pounds, meaning the smaller Kazumi advanced to the final.
What? How does that even... They head to the scale. What does that even mean? I weigh less than you, so you... Nah, y'all, they was out here. Boy, they was finessing.
Fortunately, this was not their last encounter.
It's impossible to fight against an invisible enemy. Acknowledge your weakness, and then you will be able to over. It's a fact. The Book of Five Rings, Miyamoto Musashi.
In 1997, Kyokushin introduced weight classes for the first time. At the inaugural World Championships with separated divisions, Filho stayed true to his vintage kicking style.
He chopped him
Leaving the
on the
judges
head.
no room for tomfoolery.
Get right, man. Them judges be tripping.
With 2 years remaining until the next contest, Francisco received an offer from the thriving K1 promotion.
Boy! Yay!
The intent
That
behind their
K1
ruthless
boy.
Grand Prix format was to erase the boundaries between disciplines and determine the world's most dominant striker.
Sleep. And more
By
hunt.
the time Filho debuted under the new rule set, which naturally allowed punches to the face, K1 had punches to the face. K1 had already crowned 3 champions in 4 years, and the reigning king was none other than an old acquaintance, Andy Hoog.
Andy Hoog?
Since his fateful fall,
Andy Hoog was like that,
the Blue-Eyed Samurai had fought 24 bouts in K1, brilliantly adapting his karate to the demands of the all-around striking game.
Axe kicking people to
On
death.
top of that, it turned out that Hoog could throw hands like nobody's business, consistently delivering picture-perfect demolitions. In 1996, he styled on 3 guys in one night,
Damn!
claiming the Grand Prix gold. At a sold-out 40,000-seat arena,
They
the
fought
Karatekas
already?
got their feet wet as usual. Many believe that the kickboxing rookie Filho stood no chance in punching range. They were dead.
Oh my fucking gosh.
He did bro, first of all, he did Indie Hug like that twice.
Wrong. Dead wrong. They were dead wrong. Landing a devastating counterhook in cold blood, the Brazilian disposed
That
of the
hook was
K1
nasty.
Shogun in a single stroke.
Yes.
And while
Slap
other
them.
Kyokushin heavyweights were still celebrating the ban on face punching, Francisco once again, utilizing Hoog's name as a stepping stone, launched himself into the 1997 Grand Prix qualifiers.
Damn.
His first challenge came versus the 6'11" Dwayne Vandermerve, playing
Dwayne
the levels against a
Vandermerve.
former professional boxer.
He taller than big is.
全くこの標的が違います団長
You gotta kick him down.
スタイルはトランクですがもう
Ooh, push him on
Filho
top.
chopped away at his legs to set the stage for his signature spin.
To a body.
A drilling Ushiro Giri, the #1 remedy for shutting down the liver and the perfect ticket to the tournament finals. On November 9th, 1997, the Tokyo Dome hosted 55,000 spectators eager to witness the 8 best striking experts. 3 bouts in one night, winner takes all.
Any
In the
hugging
quarterfinals, Filho collided with Sam Greco, a fellow karate disciple with an innate knockout instinct.
Oh, this shit was brutal. Oh!
The Australian bull
He killed him. He's dead. He is. I promise you, they had a fruit for him the next week. Yeah. Cause ain't no mother way. Man, what? He need him so hard. He sent him into another dimension, big bro.
The Australian bulldozer was running over the opposition. And with his only loss coming by way of decision, struck fear with his pulverizing combinations.
Man, hell no. Oh, this is nasty.
And sheer appearance.
This is ruthless.
Determined to flatten the newcomer, Greco charged in swinging.
His ass dropped. Nah, hey, Francisco, hey, I ain't gonna lie. He him. I'm not gonna lie.
Charged in
He
swinging.
trying to come in with that bullshit. This ain't that. Hit him with a hook.
Getting
This ain't
tagged,
that.
Francisco responded with a calculated cheat code right hook.
On a temple, too. This ain't
The
that.
duel lasted just 15 seconds of doom. The hand gesture at the end signaled both respect for the fallen enemy and Filho's own humility. An hour later, he re-entered the ring for a scrap against Ernesto Hoost. The real-life inspiration for Goro from Mortal Kombat.
Ernesto Hoost is him.
Hoost
He's
gained
stiff and shit.
notoriety as the main supplier of extravagant knockouts,
Top 3 kickboxer all time, man. Stop playing.
taking heads off
Stop playing.
and altering his opponent's gaits, earned him the nickname Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect.
The Surinamese Dutchman was streaking with 6 consecutive annihilations, including a clinical finish just 30 minutes earlier. Hoost learned from the mistakes of his colleagues,
Damn, spinning.
initiating a low kick shootout. He then gradually mixed in his lightning-fast hands. And, staying on the outside, carefully picked his moments to cross the gap. Still, Filho had some tricks up his sleeve. Leading to an intense exchange.
Ooh, shit. Yay.
Even in the midst of chaos, the Brazilian found a home for his right hand.
Bomb.
In round 2, Hoost embraced the role of a counter-striker. Focused on numbing Filho's lower limbs.
Well, he caught that, bro. Oh my God.
Which shifted the momentum in his favor. Francisco did his best to answer every call.
This is a fight. Oh my God.
And connected
I
hard in
leg
the
kicks. I know
third.
them leg kicks.
but couldn't capitalize. Major Payne made it to the bell, employing his most reliable weapon.
So who just played it smart? He stayed out of range. Fucking spinning kicks and question
One
mark
judge
kicks.
scored
Boy,
it a
oh
draw,
my God.
but the other two fairly awarded the victory to Hoost.
He stayed out of the
He
way.
went on to snatch the crown that night by defeating Andy Hoog. Despite a close loss to the best kickboxer on the planet at the time, in just 4 ring appearances over 6 weeks, Filho had catapulted himself into the elite ranks of K1.
That's crazy, bro. His first time in K1.
And soon enough, he would get his chance to settle the score.
If I'm any bro, I got beef, bro. Ain't no way he just knocked me out twice. Man, what? He gotta see me. Train yourself to see things as they are, not as you want them to be.
In 1998, Francisco had no plans to lower the insane
I gotta
level of
read that book.
competition, and in April,
You got
threw
some
down with the
gems,
mischievous Ray Sefo, nicknamed Sugarfoot for his playful antics. Sefo loved turning playful antics. Sefo loved turning fights into a spectacle. The New Zealander rose to prominence for his branded touch of death and an uncrackable chin.
Look at that boy, old hand right. Slumped him.
In this battle of emotional antipodes, the stoic Filho launched his classic array of kicks.
さあミドル
勝っちゃうんじゃないかと思いますけど、去年見たときはちょっとそのリングに慣れたっていうのも、や
and held his own in the boxing aspect.
っぱりヒロ選手自身
Caught him to the left hook, yeah.
But
He
as
caught, yeah.
always, the seasoned Sugarfoot devoured everything thrown at him.
フィリオ自身もセフォの右が警戒するって言ってましたけどね。
おっと
With a mix of lead
Oh, he
leg
trying to play.
bombing
He think it's cute.
セフォーが好
He
き
think it's cute.
and a
Get
bit
right.
of showmanship, Sefo was drawing offense out of the Brazilian.
言ってもらいたいですね。ちょっとフィリオの試合ご覧でも、
steadily adapting to his tricky game.
K1の戦い方ちょっと変えましたね。みんな
お右ストレー
合わせて
トさあミドルから右
ああ今も早かったですね。フィリオの連
そして
打。
左
With no evident dominance displayed
Get
by
right,
either
Francis.
side, the Japanese judges of that era had no issues calling it a draw.
He said a Japanese judge of
That
that
didn't
era.
stop Filho from earning a clash with Peter Arts, dubbed the Lumberjack for his chopping leg strikes. The
That
peak
boy was on the phone with his mommy. Hold on, Peter Arts, you might gotta watch.
leg
Peter.
strikes.
Bomb.
The peak-shaped 27-year-old Dutchman had won the K1 Grand Prix
Dutchman, too.
twice in a row, in 94 and 95,
2 times in a row.
establishing himself in the pantheon.
Hold on.
Establishing himself in the pantheon of blood sport demigods. The surprisingly overzealous Brazilian had a rough start.
飛び込んでいった
フィリオの選手今までもう本当なんでこんな可愛い
Dutchman out here.
サウ
Oh,
ンドサイドああいい惜しい
see, bro, these are the fights, bro. When you got like demigod versus demigods, that's the fights you need to see.
怖いかもしれないっていうぐらい今までサウンドサイドああいい惜しい
But quickly recovered with reliable low kicks.
いやーですね何かやってたと思う
最も痛いカードです。
While the pressuring Arts banked on his sharp hands.
ヒロ選手のローキックがいいですね。
右ストレート飛び込んでいく
Robbed him.
A timely bell announced a break in the action. When the contest resumed, the referee suddenly stopped it. And not in Art's favor.
What?
On one of the kicks, the lumberjack shin collided with Filho's block.
わずか1秒後に放ったアーツの動き
The shield, widely used in Kyokushin, rendered the attacker injured, so the ironclad Filho emerged
I do
victorious.
not want to see no broken nothing, bro. Hell
In
no.
September, another Grand Prix qualifier took place. Francisco shared the ring with Rick Rufus.
Interesting. You see the left hand and then they good counter. McDonald's down.
Rick Rufus reaction coming soon. Trust me, he's Coming.
the ring with Rick Rufus.
Interesting. You see the left hand and then a good counter. McDonald's down.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie.
Multiple-time world
Kickboxing
champion, a mascot for American kickboxing, and
He
a
a karate
master
master
of
for real.
spinning extravaganza.
Good hand combinations in.
That boy was like a video
Since
game.
the 80s, the Southpaw Rufus
gotta
was
watch it.
always up for a wild brawl.
Right now, youngster Rick.
That question
Rufus
mark
was always up for a wild brawl.
Right now, youngster Rick.
That probably the nastiest question mark kick. It's probably the most beautiful. Yeah, I gotta watch Rick Rufus. He coming. I got to. You seen that? How beautiful it was? How it just
Southpaw Rufus was always up for a wild brawl.
Right now, youngster Rick. Rufus with a kick.
And popularized cemetery head kicks long before Crow Cop. He also won the fight of the decade against the legendary Mr. Low Kick.
Vous avez entendu les applaudissements, chose en haut.
damn.
Oh là là, il a été piqué. While his match with Rob Kamen had the ludicrous caveat of a low kick ban, in K1, Rufus had no such privilege.
これはピット
あ
前遠いですね。デュファーすごかったんじゃないですか。
As the resounding bone-on-bone collisions began to take their toll,
that shit hurt like a mother.
彼が今
Filho started mixing up levels.
フィルのローキックいいですね。ただフィリオ選手はアグレッシブな攻撃をしないと思うんで、今みたいに
Rufus turned into a stationary target,
だから自分の
absorbing damage meekly.
両方ありますからね。
もうすでにリクワー
And by round 3, his limb had reached its expiration date.
あればいいんですけどね。ああいう体型では勝てないと思いますよ。
Bringing a vengeful grin to Rob Kamen's fans with a flawless counter, the Brazilian secured his spot in the 1998 K1 Grand Prix Finals.
いいんですけどね。
This time, the Tokyo Dome packed in 64,000 spectators, a number that, to this day, no modern promotion has been able to replicate.
Damn,
Despite
what?
having spent just over a year in kickboxing, Filho had already fought 6 of the 8 tournament finalists. One of the 2 remaining names was Mike Bernardo. Even amidst the mayhem of the 90s, the White Rhino terrified the K1 aristocracy with his unbridled ferocity, triggering a global extinction among the opposition.
Damn, nigga, drop butter
During
bean.
his kickboxing sprint, he'd already impaled the precious chins of Arts
Damn.
and Hoog. Just like his iron namesake,
going
Mike's
bomb.
power stemmed from his boxing roots.
Oh yeah,
In addition, the wise old Rhino knew exactly what to do against karate savants.
throw them hands.
He would close the distance with a sledgehammer jab, enforcing head-on brawls.
Oh shit.
Supporting his cause were his battle-hardened legs
Is he eating them shits?
and an indestructible bald skull. Filho diligently worked his outfighting game. But against the South African beast, low kicks didn't have the usual effect.
He eating them shit. That nigga is the other tech. That nigga a demon, bro.
And while Francisco proved
feel
formidable
pain.
with his punches, it felt like walking through a minefield. Swaggering from side to side, the White Rhino reigned as the predator in this safari. The Brazilian's chin miraculously survived
Bomb!
a barrage of direct hits,
Alright, they're throwing bombs.
allowing its owner to go out in true Bushido fashion.
Damn.
The final blow landed on the back of Filho's head.
Damn.
But as the old school says, guard your back or take the smack. Accepting defeat with the honor of a true karate master, Filho still received his share of applause. In the next stanza, Bernardo would be taken to the cleaners by Arts.
Damn, Arts got him?
It was already their 5th meeting with a personal score of 2-2. The K1's golden era saw the best fight, the best on a regular basis. So the outcome was harder to predict than John Jones's post-party charges.
He said harder to predict than John Jones post-party charges. Nah, he did that wrong.
Jones's post-party charges.
Head kick drop.
After such a tough night, one might expect Filho to take it down a notch and pick up a few tune-ups. Instead, he found his antagonist in Ernesto Hoost. The Japanese matchmakers put together a special event named Revenge, stacked with rematches featuring
Damn,
Kroka,
the
Cepho,
Japanese was
Bernardo,
doing they
Gary
job.
Goodridge, and Hoog. Part 2,
They was doing their
Kroka,
job.
Cepho, Bernardo, Gary Goodridge, and Hoog.
Gary
Part 2 of the
Goodridge?
rivalry between Brazilian Kyokushin and Dutch kickboxing started with a spin. Then Filho forced his way into the firefight. What happened next is beyond explanation. The spirit of Mike Tyson had possessed the karateka.
He started throwing bombs.
Stunning the K1 boogeyman with a left around the side, and finishing him with a hustler's combination. Francisco arranged for his nemesis a rendezvous with the canvas. The speechless lady at the microphone best summarized the knockout of the year.
連打が出るようになりましたね。完全テンプル入ってますね。
もうリングに上がります。フランチェスコ・フィリオ。出ていけ、出ていけ、出ていけ。どうだ。右だ。出た。右だ。右だ。
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
In 1999, while Fight Club was lighting up the silver screen,
David Fincher.
Filho skipped the K1 Grand Prix, adhering to the first rule and returning to his roots. He once again pursued his childhood dream of winning the Kyokushin World Championships in the Absolute Division. Showing the hip dexterity of a contortionist,
Kicks, man.
the 28-year-old maestro unveiled a new weapon, the Uragiri,
切れてないですよ。
Gary, what?
aka the hook kick. And knocking the wind out of people, easily got to the finals. With all the marbles on the line, across stood a familiar foe, Hajime Kazumi, the man who had eliminated Filho from the tournament 4 years prior on the scales. Since then, the samurai with forged steel legs had completed the Hyakunin Kumite
He did it.
and broken several shins on his path to gold.
非常に小柄な選手でありますが。
His firepower proved overwhelming even for the knockout king, Glaube Feitosa.
Leg kicks hurt like a motherfucker.
The rematch between Kyokushin's finest was hailed as the fight of the century in karate.
に負けましたね。
Filho made it clear from the outset that he would answer to the low kicks.
グラウンドのそうです。
After
Yeah.
testing his flexibility, he dropped an axe,
そんな回りますが。
whipped up a kubimawashi,
本当
and began chipping away at the foundation.
にしますね。
Kazumi, true to Bruce Lee's philosophy, practiced one strike 1,000 times.
Leg kick.
But the Gaijin had
Leg kick.
learned from past shortcomings,
想像するんですよね。いいですよね。
deflecting most of the low kicks.
ああ、なるほど。打ってこないから。お前手。
決勝はその時は負け方。
In the last extra round, the trailing samurai was launching into bonsai attacks,
ここで捉えたくないですよ。
leading to a fiery ending.
Oh shit.
As expected, the judges couldn't determine the winner and had the athletes weigh in. This time, the difference did not exceed the required 22 pounds, meaning the outcome would be decided by Tamashiwari, the board-breaking challenge that fighters take in between bouts. The score, 22-19. In favor of Filho.
Yo,
The kid
what?
from Sao Paulo, who turned to karate to deal with the tragic loss of his brother, had just made history, becoming the first non-Japanese athlete to win the Kyokushin World
He a
Championships.
real one, man. Champ. And who's the first? He was the first non-Japanese to win that shit. The Japanese be y'all be trying to cheat, man. Overcoming yourself is the only true victory. The enemy within is your toughest opponent. Book of 5 Rings. I gotta get that book.
Francisco kicked off the new millennium with a banger against the quick-tempered Jerome Le Banner. With the record for the most oblivions in K1,
You got the most oblivion.
the cyborg hit as deadly as Truck Kun. The entire elite of the sport, from Bernardo and Hoost to Arts
Damn, he stepped everybody.
and dozens of others, had felt the wrath of the freakish power in all his limbs. For Filho, going against K1's hardest puncher following months of training under Kyokushin rules was a bad idea.
Deal with the mental aspect. Oh, and a vicious left hand, and it's lights out Francisco Filho.
After biting on a phantom jab, the Brazilian took the full brunt of the Frenchman's trademark kill shot.
Slept him.
But in K1, everyone lost at some point. Learning the right lessons made all the difference.
Wow.
Damn. He's dropped him.
I think I weigh too much. I should go.
If you have a chance, would you like a revenge?
It's not him, it's me. I want to revenge myself, not from the German, but
4 months later, Francisco entered a qualifying Grand Prix, immediately showcasing major improvements in pure boxing.
Ooh, he caught him.
Now he was snapping out crisp step-in jabs, utilizing a high guard, and while maintaining his Kyokushin fundamentals,
Head kick the
walk his
fuck out
man
of him.
into an uppercut. Against bigger, pressuring adversaries, he fought like a textbook kickboxer. In the final, his third bout of the night, the Brazilian threw down with Cyril Abedi, boasting a karate background and a streak of 5 KOs. By now, Francisco had fully developed into a counterpuncher and would no longer forgive reckless assaults. His spearing jab, body cross, hook on the exit, combined with a deep tool bag of kicks,
That hook is nasty.
had transformed him into the ultimate ring soldier. The cherry on top, an old school.
Leo is sensei.
The cherry on top, an old school low kick to the rear leg. In a short time, Filho had completely reinvented his striking, while also adding a rare new wrinkle to his arsenal, the Hoog tornado kick. And as always, he didn't ignore his downed opponent. Upon winning a regional Grand Prix, Filho earned a spot at the biggest event of the year in December 2000. In the quarterfinals, he faced fresh blood in the form of Stefan Leko.
Stefan Leko.
who lived up to his nickname, the Blitz. Right away, Filho catapulted a couple of kubimawashis.
Damn, another one to the jaw. Wow.
Unloaded clean straights. And snapped his legs like a bullwhip.
But them leg kicks, boy.
While barely taking any damage for 9 full minutes. Yet, the judges forced an extra round.
Damn. Of course they did.
And then another.
Having them boys out here tired as hell.
Only after the 5th lap did they finally declare the winner. Just 40 minutes later, Filho returned to close his trilogy with Ernesto Hoost.
Ernesto!
Mr. Perfect also had a tough quarterfinal against young Crow Cop.
This is young Crow Cop, young and Crow Cop.
But he had more time to recover as the
Right,
clash
bro.
opened the Grand Prix. For
Got
2
a Crow Cop
rounds,
reaction,
Filho was
check that.
subjected to continuous liver harassment.
Bum, bum, bum. Oh, shit. Fight back, Francisco!
And only burned fuel during singular counter bursts. In the third, who started to gas out? Allowing Filho to seize control.
Bum, bum, bum. Ooh, uppercut
A
caught him.
strong finish couldn't flip the outcome. Visibly weathered,
Ernesto Hoost is
Francisco
Mr.
minimized
Perfect,
the
man.
use of energy-consuming
can you
kicks,
do?
counting on his revamped boxing throughout the contest. It simply wasn't enough against Prime Ernesto, who would go on to become a 3-time champion that night.
He was in that prime. Fuck.
However, Filho never succumbed to despair. In 2001, he cruised to another Grand Prix qualifier victory.
リズム取るのにすごくいいですよね。そして入っていく。フィリオの技が。
securing a ticket to his second home of Tokyo. As per tradition, 65,000 fans, 8 of the world's best strikers, 3 fights, 1
65K.
champion.
More hunt. Ooh, it's gonna be a.
Peter Arts craved revenge in the first round. Francisco no longer lagged behind the Dutchman in the punching realm.
Caught him. Overhand. Bum. Caught him again. Overhand.
And after trading kicks,
They be eating the hell out of each other.
began frying up the legs.
We better move that lead leg. Ooh.
The bewildered lumberjack complained of an injury during the break. His very first high kick slammed into the Kyokushin block. A fracture and a growing hematoma.
Why
didn't
did they
allow
show
Arts to
that,
continue.
bro? I didn't want to see that.
Towering across from Filho in the semis was a 23-year-old Alexei Ignashov, a multiple-time Muay Thai world champion.
Судьбы и словно из тюбика из себя выдавливают все плохое.
The talented Belarusian easily dominated the post-Soviet space.
Damn.
Nicknamed the Red Scorpion, Ignashov would go on to dismantle a dozen legends over his long
But,
career.
Носить удары руками.
I just watched about
Удар по внутренней поверхности.
Oh, lead him. There is no way I'm
But in
getting
2001, he carried the mystique of a dark horse.
You know how hard a knee hurts? I would never.
Using his massive advantage and attributes, the dynamic giant poured it on from long range.
You look so big, bro.
serving a toxic cocktail of strikes.
Just looks so big. What,
However, no one has abolished the old school hazing. Filho first checked whether the Colossus stood on clay feet.
Right.
Then hit the dome. And started tagging the Scorpion coming in.
Get right.
Ignashov emerged swinging in the third.
Bro, these chants on these fighters be insane, bro. It just looks so much bigger
Luckily,
than
the systematic leg battering had taken its toll.
Hurt, hey.
Allowing the veteran to pull ahead late. And score a hard-earned decision win. Mark Hunt served as the final boss. Just an hour earlier, the Fist of the Samoan Star had shut down Jerome Le Banner's lights. Astonishingly, Hunt had only begun his pro career a couple of years prior, giving people CTE for the price of a pack of beer.
For the price of a pack of beer.
His explosive mix of One Punch Man's ability and a concrete head capable of absorbing Crow Cop's full power Mawashi
That's crazy, bro. He
enabled the Super Samoan to shake up K1's hierarchy in record time. Occupying the center as expected, Hunt explored the defensive gaps with quick bursts.
Okay, man, Hunt ain't doing no leg kicks. We straight. Yeah, let's box.
Introducing occasional kicks.
He ain't kicking too much. He
Filho
kicked some.
disrupted him with a stiff right straight. Chopped down low diligently. Sometimes going up top with the question mark kick. The duel proved to be a nip and tuck for 3 rounds. So the judges insisted on continuing the banquet. The Brazilian opened the final stretch with a classic double threat. Hunt responded with a combination to the body and walked into a trap.
He like that caught him.
Razor close exchanges decided the fate of the crown. Although Hunt remained the aggressor, Francisco left no shot unanswered. The ring gladiators returned to their corners with no clear advantage on either side. But the verdict was issued.
Damn!
Filho had been a step away from the K1 throne, yet he faced the controversial defeat with a humble smile.
Damn!
From that point on, Filho would grace the combat scene far less frequently. Over the next 3 years, he would perform only 4 times, as always, against worthy opposition. In a rematch with Mike Bernardo,
Damn,
he
he
showcased
get a
massive
Grand
technical
Prix.
growth.
He ain't get a...
But had to settle for a draw.
Damn.
Went to war in the sequel versus Stefan Leko.
Oh, he ate both of them. This nigga ate 3 hard rights and kept coming. He crazy. Crazy. He's eating them.
And made light work of a 300-pound sumo wrestler.
Как хорошо. Ну и дошел до финала.
In 2004, the Japanese put on a special Kyokushin versus kickboxing event and offered the retirement-bound Filho a bout with Remy Bonjaski. The Flying Gentleman had cemented the K1 generational shift by winning the 2003 Grand Prix and authored some of the nastiest KOs in recent memory.
That head kick not got to that bit, bro. I
No
gotta
one
watch him.
expected Filho to look so good against K1's reigning champ. Disciplining the jumpy foe with sharp counterattacks. He transitioned to offense himself and completely outboxed the opponent.
He getting his ass right.
Only the final bell saved the Dutchman from a shutout. 6 months later, Bonjaski would win another Grand Prix. The 33-year-old Francisco, having just defeated the best kicker of the new era, walked away in peace. He dedicated himself to popularizing karate, mentoring anyone willing to learn.
1, 2, 3, and now we skip.
In 2012, Filho received the rare 7th Dan in Kyokushin, an honor bestowed only upon exceptional masters who have made remarkable contributions to the sport.
1, 2, 3, and then and you turn. That's crazy. That's hard. One who has mastered oneself finds true freedom. Now that's some real ass shit. Miyamoto Musashi. He fought some dudes. The fact that he did any hug like that is crazy. He did
To the
any
casual
hug
viewer,
like that.
Filho's K1 record of 16 victories and 7 losses might seem average. However,
hell no.
the Brazilian knocked out the reigning king in his debut. And out of the 5 K1 Grand Prix champions of that era, he had beaten 4. Fighting exclusively against the absolute best,
Sweet.
even 3 times in one night. He consistently put the beauty of Kyokushin style on display. Francisco is the perfect example of why combat sports were named martial arts. If you enjoyed the video,
hard, I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, man, like, comment, subscribe, bro. Y'all already know what to do. I appreciate everybody who support me, tuning into the channel, bro. But Francisco, bro, this is why we gotta do more kickboxing, bro. More kickboxing coming soon, man. Let me know y'all wanna watch next. But I'm telling that video, man. No,